I'd like to introduce our first act of the night, Victoria. So everyone, give it up for Victoria.
I was about 18 years old when I was trying to figure out my life. And then it occurred to me that I was missing something. I had everything here, but nothing at the same time. And then this leaflet landed perfectly in my pocket. A child's tears pained my heart. He was denied education, failed by the system, built on oppression. And so, I decided to open this little boy's world, tutor him in English. So then he will finally grow. Water the forest, for they are in a drought. I will water them. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I will be talking about my gap year in India. That was a little teaser for you. Anyway, I'd like to share with you a folktale I adopted from my local area, told by my local people. Here it goes. There once was a poor potter named Sohni who was destined for love, yet she wasn't really allowed it. She lived her life day by day where everything felt the same. She kept potting away. Then, one day, there was a man called Isaac who was a trader from the east. As soon as he arrived, he needed cutlery to settle in. That's when love was tasted in the air. Isaac went to Sohni's pottery shop, and as their eyes met, the Ganges was screaming when her uterus was dripping, soaking with love. As their eyes met, they were destined lovers. They began to meet at odd times of the night. They would meet by the river, streaming with love. Isaac would bring her a fish as an offering because love did not exist over there. Unfortunately, Sohni was set to marry another man, forced by the primitive system that corrupts her. Arranged marriage cut her tongue so deeply she forgot how love tasted. But love had tasted her. Isaac was deep in fury with rage that fueled hearts, pain, bleeding, cut. They continued to meet quietly. One day, there were no fish. The fish tasted oil as all the water was in drought. Just as Sohni and Isaac, who were fish in the sea, destined to be, but love is corruption, manipulative and destructive. The day the fish were out, Isaac cut his leg, blood popping, porous, so he could still see Sohni. Sohni wanted him, was simply a human trapped in the wrong body. She was fierce and determined, fire that once tasted water. She fled on the pitcher, unbaked by his sister. She drowned for him, and he drowned for her. Arranged marriage is corruption, but love is adoration. Excuse me, I'm not finished.
Let me tell you the real folktale. Sonny was emotionally abused by Isaac. They manipulated her aggressively, beating her till she's black and bruised, just to think that she's worth something. Since he's so successful, he knows the tricks of their trade, luring her in, her soft, sun-kissed skin blemishes. As he deflowers her, she shrieks, wailing in torture. He torments her, terrorizing her mind, feeding her with filth and lies, terrorizing her mind, her precious, 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 exotic caramel skin, so erotic. You know what they're like. Those traders from the east using children as camels. The child becomes a slave to its master. Their faith shatters so slowly, you barely hear it break. Have you not seen the way they look at each other, speaking in that language where their words become sharp threads, stitching their wives' mouths shut? Traditionally submissive, just as Sohni was when she was sold off at 8 years old. 8 years old. Can you imagine that? 8 years old. Now they have come in many shapes and forms. Now Sohni is here, everyone. She is sitting with us, mute. She won't talk because they won't let her talk. We need to cut her open. We need to let her be born again under the red, white, and blue. She is screeching under those covers. She is crying out for help. She needs you. If you see it, say it, sorted, deported. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you appreciated me speaking my truth. I have a solo show on the 30th, which I'd love you to come and see. David's Truths. I'll be handing out flyers at the side if you'd like to go to it. But yeah, thank you again.
Everybody give it up for David. That was a wonderful performance. Yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed tonight. This is about the end of the show, really. This is all we've managed to come up with. We have a little tub where you can give as much as you want. It's a donation tub, so pay as much as you want. But yeah, that's the end of the show. So thank you so much all for coming, and I hope you have a nice night. Thank you.
So I should let white people tell my story. They tell it better, making us feel sorry. They depict us with thick beards who oppress women, locked inside, full of fear. What's the point in being right when you have the privilege to sit and write? Most people have to stand to survive, doing the odd job sweeping dirt, cleaning till you're all crystal clear. Then Victoria appears. Let her take the hijab off, give her a mirror. Hair so curly, brown and thick. White boy gaze, jaw dropped, she walks like a toy. Tight fit, free nips, thank Vic cause she's doing us a favor. She's so fair and lovely, she's such a pleasure. Caring so much, branching out. She even had a coma today, changing route. She said she's keen on telling truthful stories that have a purpose and are worth more money. Tick boxes, become Oscar winners. The elite making Hollywood thinner. We need something meaty and redundant. We want thought-provoking conversations that fill pockets, reparations. You want me in your stories, I have no lines, cause you just stole them from me. Now you make me realize you only use me, cause I was once a potter who you felt pity for. Make my tongue sound forbidden, body left hidden. You can't even pronounce my name, your wokeness screams shame. My name is Sohni. Now let me tell you my tragic story. I was once in love with a merchant prince, Izzat Beg, who drowned for me. Leg cut because love tastes vile. When you sacrifice your leg, I will fertilize eggs that will travel 7 seas. Love by nature is an infectious disease. Torments children, make them believe that we need rescuing because we breed fleas. How am I the terrorist when your people came to me, indoctrinating filth inside a head so you could steal my tea? How am I the terrorist when your people came to me, breeding us with hate, throwing all your weight so we mistrust our neighbors? Pay me as a terrorist so we can never settle. Go and boil the kettle, burn my skin like you did in partition. Thank you for your invite, but I don't need your rescuing anymore. I've had enough of your biscuits, digestive resistant. Burn my skin like you did in partition. Chlorine kills bacteria, I'll be choking on your salt, floating in the sea, waiting till you finally recognize me and him. Burn my skin like you did in partition. The day I walk off you, Britannia, will be the day I finally drown in peace.